What has been happening on the political front here at home? By now, you should know that the former Transport Minister, Dipuo Peters, has resigned as a Member of Parliament. She had lost her job as Transport Minister after President Zuma's cabinet reshuffle last week. She joins us now to discuss her resignation. She's in our studios in Cape Town. Mrs. Peters, good morning, and thank you very much for your time, especially after you've now resigned as MP and you are no longer in the cabinet of South Africa. We appreciate your time. I understand your main reason for resigning is your health. I mean, how well are you?
Good morning to you, Dan, and good morning to your viewers. I would want to say that many South Africans would know, those who have been able to cross in my ways and be part of the platforms that I've been, that in the last few months and a year I've not been well. In fact, those who have been following me on social media would know that it was even public knowledge that I put it on social media, the situation related to my health. And I want to indicate that some of my doctors here in Cape Town, even in Gauteng, actually has been requesting me to actually take care of my health. And I would want to indicate that as early as 2015, I had made a request to President Zuma to get second opinion about the condition that it is being said I have. So, truly speaking, it is known, and in the last few months, many of the colleagues have been saying, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. And I would want to say, when this situation arose, I just said, this God's way of talking to me, and they say when God speaks, the wise listen. So
it must have come as a relief.
My full health.
It must have come as a relief in a way.
I would say it came as a relief. It came as a relief, but then I want to say to you and South Africans that in March 2015, there was a newspaper report that I was going to be dropped from cabinet. So I've been waiting on it since then, and in the process I've been doing my work and having my ailing health, but I believed. My grandmother used to say, you must do your work to the last day. So I did it, and I'm happy that I could carry out my responsibility diligently as well as with integrity and dignity to the last minute.
Yeah, I've not been privy really to your health, but certainly, I mean, watching you recently, listening to you, for instance, after our December holiday season, talking about the state of our roads and the road accidents, you didn't come across as somebody who was unwell. I must say you carried your task very well. What would you highlight very briefly as your achievements as Transport Minister?
I would say when I arrived in the Department of Transport, that very day there was a judgment against the department with regard to the eNCA system, as well as the then company that was doing our driving license called Prodiba. And I'm happy to indicate to you that today I'm leaving the Department of Transport with us having started in 2015 in May exactly to print in-house in the department through the DLCA, the driving licenses. We've been fighting in courts, in the Constitutional Court. You would know last year, November the 9th, they gave us a judgment against Asima, and they appealed again on the in February 2013. Constitutional Court affirmed the position that the eNCA belongs to government, and they appealed through various means, even including yesterday, it was confirmed. So I'm happy those have happened, but I also want to say, government has been working on the road accident benefit scheme since 2002 as part of the transformation of the social security system. And I'm happy that the last day of me being cabinet approved that RAPS bill, the ARTO bill, which is going to punish those transgressors on the roads by taking away their licenses, is before Parliament. I'm also happy that we have a road safety strategy. We have started already with the road safety campaign for the Easter. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the Deputy Minister of Transport, Sindisiwe Chukunga, for having held the fort, including at times chairing MINMEX and shareholder committee meetings, taking the responsibility of traveling, because of late I had drastically reduced my traveling. I didn't travel internationally. Even when invited by the president, I couldn't travel because I had this particular challenge. So I would want to say, with a woman like her on your side, we could pull the successes that we have pulled through in transport. And I believe that she's going to support the new minister, and they will succeed.
Minister, sounds like an impressive list of achievements. Couldn't you have left with the e-tolls? I mean, really, you've left us with the e-tolls as you go.
You know, there is a government policy called user pay principle, and it was that policy that actually led to the decision by Gauteng government to ask the national government to intervene when they wanted to do the Gauteng freeway improvement project. And SANRAL, as the agency responsible, had taken that responsibility, went out into the markets, got the money, and I would want to say that money that was loaned needs to be repaid. And I believe that right now, when I'm leaving, the new CEO of SANRAL, working together with the Department of Transport and National Treasury, they are working on a model that would actually help us with infrastructure, in particular road infrastructure development. Because like we've always said, we've got this 750,000 kilometers of network, which is in different stages of status, and it needs to be attended to. So I would want to say, if it went according to me personally, and I had the resources, we would have long resolved on that. But I believe that with the men and women that we have in the transport sector and National Treasury, as well as supported by Gauteng, we are going to get a solution. But we are saying to the people of South Africa, whilst we are working on a solution, there is this particular project that needs to be sustained. And for it to be sustained, please, South Africans, can you support SANRAL so that we can build more of our roads? The people of South Africa want the type of quality of roads that the people of Gauteng have.
Mrs. Peters, as you leave public service, I mean, you've been at it for quite a long time, for more than 20 years. You've served in different capacities at the provincial level, at the national level, I guess also in your own community. When you look at what you describe in your statement earlier as you departed Parliament, your glorious people's movement, the ANC, when you look at the state of affairs as a cadre with integrity, you've really behaved with integrity in your public service. Are you disappointed at the current state of affairs at your glorious movement?
In the African National Congress, there are men and women who are dedicated, who are committed to serving the people of the Republic of South Africa, and those men and women, being led by the leadership of the African National Congress, would go through this particular challenge, get the requisite programs and policies, and I'm happy that the ANC is going to go through a policy conference where the policies will be reviewed. We will be going to a national conference in December, and I would believe that the ANC, like any organism, is going to go through different phases. We have gone through different phases of challenges. We have survived, and I believe we will survive these particular challenges. And I would believe that so long as we have men and women who are committed, who are dedicated, who know that up until the people of South Africa can live in an egalitarian society, can be able to get out of poverty, can be able to reduce inequality, and that everybody can provide for his or her family and not rely on social security, I would believe that the ANC's work is not done. And that is why I'm very happy that the last day of me being cabinet, I could be able to take through the RAPs, which is something that is going to bring equality in the people who suffer on our roads.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Peters. We wish you well with your health. We hope you attend to that and get better. That's the former Transport Minister and also former MP, Dipuo Peters.